So you're just starting Emergency Hamburg, but you don't know where to start. Well, in this video, I'm going to teach you everything that a beginner should do in Emergency Hamburg so that you know exactly what to do when you first start Emergency Hamburg to get the most amount of money, great cars, and to have a great future when you start playing a lot more. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into this. But before we do that, if this video does help you, please be sure to tell me down below in the comments and tell me anything you want me to make a video on to help you be more of a professional while playing Emergency Hamburg. Let's go. What a lot of people make mistakes on is trying to buy the second car. Let me go ahead and actually go to the dealership and show you what people like to buy. Everybody likes to buy this vehicle in Emergency Hamburg. Now, I can't lie, it is one of the worst purchases you will ever make. Now, I have said that it's a car that you could buy in Emergency Hamburg, but now that I think of it, if you're really a beginner in Emergency Hamburg, you want to save as much money as possible. So I would say the first mistake you don't make is buying unnecessary stuff, right? Don't buy unnecessary stuff. My first tip that a beginner should do is to find a legal job to do. Now, what you can do is you can go ahead and click this little question mark here, and it'll give you the list of jobs that you can do in Emergency Hamburg, from a firefighter to a truck driver to a police to a car mechanic to a bus driver. Now, you don't want to be robbing in your first hour or couple days of Emergency Hamburg because you don't know what to actually do. And actually, when you actually click this, it gives you a little guide on what to do. But when you have the first vehicle that is extremely slow, you don't want to be doing that. So I would say find your legal job that you like doing. Now, this may take quite a while because you're going to need to go through pretty much all of these jobs, but you can get a good idea of what a police officer does, of what a firefighter does, or what a truck driver does, and what a car mechanic does. You just need to find the one that you like most and the one that you wouldn't mind doing for a couple of hours to get yourself a bit of money so that you can buy stuff later in your Emergency Hamburg journey. Let's go ahead and move on. Now, in Emergency Hamburg, I can't stress enough, you get so many tickets and it's really annoying, right? So my second tip that every beginner should do is to just oblige to the speed limit and all the laws, because if we run this red light now, it takes 100 euros from our account. Now, as you can see, we are not that rich right now because we've spent all our money on this beautiful machinery of a vehicle, and yeah, we haven't got that much left to do. Now, in Emergency Hamburg, you can't really do anything with 9,000 euros. So I would say every beginner in Emergency Hamburg should oblige to the speed limit, because first of all, you've got an absolute slow vehicle, and second of all, why are you going to waste your money when you have literally nothing you can buy? Now, I've actually forgot how much you start in Emergency Hamburg with, probably be around 25k though, but I wouldn't, yeah, the first tip and the second tip, man, that's the best thing you want to do. You want to save as much money as possible and save it by not buying unnecessary stuff, but also not getting unnecessary debt. Let's go ahead and move on. Now, this third tip is for the people that really want to rob, that have played robbing games before, for example Jailbreak and many other games. Now, if you really deep down really want to rob, then I would say to rob the jewelry store. Now, the jewelry store is so easy to rob. All you need to do is punch this a couple times, it will come up with a good, you know what, let me just go ahead and do it. Right, so as you can see, it tells you to pick it up, but it doesn't matter how many you pick up, because once you go over to the dealer, this scamming rat is only going to give you 500 euros for it anyway. So if we sell this, if we got the whole jewelry store, he would literally only give you 500 euros. Wait, how much was it again? Yeah, 500 euros for it, man. I'm not going to test that theory, so please don't ask me in the comments. Thank you. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on. Now, in Emergency Hamburg, when you first start, you will see, if we go ahead and go onto our phone and navigate over to the game passes, let me go ahead and see this. As you can see, there are many game passes to choose. Well, not many, I'm kind of exaggerating a little bit, but as you can see, there's quite a lot of game passes to choose from. Do not buy any of these, please. Do not buy any of these. Start the game off, get yourself a job, do not buy any cars, get yourself as much money as you can. Do not invest in these game passes yet, unless you have played Emergency Hamburg for a good week or two and you know certainly I'm going to play this game as much as I can. I like this game and I like how they want you to pay for literally everything, man. Do not get a game pass right off starting this game, man, because you're really gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it, man. It's not gonna be good. So yeah, do not buy a game pass, please. I can't stress that enough. And if you was to buy a game pass, just buy one that will help you and benefit you in the stuff you do in Emergency Hamburg. If you work in the police department, the undercover one will be good. If you are a criminal, motorcycle one will be good. The crime bus one will be good. Yeah, pretty much. It kind of needs to, you know, help you in some sort of way. But yeah, with me, it doesn't really help me because yeah, all I do is rob and work. So yeah, it doesn't help me in any sort of a way. But that's number 4. Let's go ahead and move on to the last one. Well, to be fair, that one was kind of like a shouldn't. So I'm going to actually need to add another 2. The first one was to go ahead and get yourself a job when first starting Emergency Hamburg. The second one was not to buy a vehicle and to save as much money as you can. Third one was that you should oblige to all the speed laws and all the speed limits. And the fourth one is picking a job that always has jobs. Now, you will probably find that the police job is very chaotic when you first start Emergency Hamburg because you are a noob. So you're going to need to find a job that always has jobs. The best jobs for these is the bus driver and the truck driver. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it? With the firefighters, sometimes you have to wait for fires to actually spawn in. But sometimes they have like a variety of jobs. So they have the emergency service one as well. Usually if you're in a commotion full server, then this is okay. But yeah, the truck driver and the bus driver are never out of jobs because you are always driving around. So if that's you and you always love driving around, but you have to oblige to the speed limit, that's why I meant to do it straight away so that you get used to it, so that if you do pick any of them jobs, you do it anyway. Because if you get sacked, yeah, it's kind of long. So yeah, so now let's go ahead and move on to number 5. Now, if you followed all those steps correctly, you should have a bit of money in your pocket, and that bit of money in your pocket should actually be able to buy you a nice vehicle. Now, make sure that you make the right purchase. That's what you should do. 5 things Emergency Hamburg beginners should do. Make the right purchase when you have enough money. If that means saving a little bit more, save more, man. If that means not buying the vehicle, do not buy it, man, because you're going to stick with this vehicle for probably a couple of months, maybe. It depends how much you play the game, maybe a couple of weeks. If you like switching like me, you'll probably stick with it for a couple of weeks, but make sure that it's the right purchase, because Emergency Hamburg like to devalue the price that you bought it for. So say if you bought something for 400k, then they'll sell it back to you for 340, maybe even less, maybe more, I don't know. But Emergency Hamburg is literally like that. So make sure that you make the right decision when purchasing a vehicle in Emergency Hamburg. But yes, that's 5 things Emergency Hamburg beginners should do. Now, if you did enjoy it, make sure to like and subscribe to my Discord server down below, and tell me down below in the comments if you're going to use these tips and if they did help you. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.